It has been several months now since our beloved Queen has died. All Canadians are finding it hard to go on. All Canadians, that is, except for our first guest, the Prince and his wife.
Now, I'll be honest with you, before I watched it, I was not a fan of theirs. Now I've actually heard their side of the story, I f***ing hate them.
She looked at Harry and she was like, you need to get a job. You need a job.
Reopen British markets for American companies. All that Britain demands in return is that we keep these two.
No! No! I refuse! I'm sick of it!
It's so funny, too, that you keep calling me Meghan. You know, it's Meghan now.
Yeah, they were very worried about their safety, which I get that aspect of things after 6 episodes. I wanted to attack them.
Earlier today, Suits actress Meghan Markle married some unemployed dude who still lives with his grandma.
I quote you here. Me and M pulled the pin on a fun grenade. I actually started rooting for Prince Andrew.
My question is for Meghan. Meghan, besides holder of briefcase 24 on Deal or No Deal, what do you think your most impactful role was?
I feel like the focus is starting to shift off of me. Maybe in editing you'll fix it.
So picture this. It's just another chill Wednesday over at Disney Animation HQ in Burbank. A regular creative meeting, nothing wild, just a bunch of execs, coffee cups, and notes. But then the lights dim, the screen lights up, and boom. The early cut of The Simpsons season 38 episode titled Royal Pain starts rolling. And let me tell you, within minutes, the room wasn't the same anymore. The air shifted. Oh, honey, it got cold. You could practically hear the gasps between gulps of iced oat lattes.
If you haven't seen the documentary, lucky you.
You a grown-ass man. You can't still be living in your mama's house, Harry.
They won't let me call myself Her Royal Highness anymore, but I'm gonna put it all over my stationery and on the gifts that I give to my friends.
My name is Meghan Sussex now. Call me Meghan Markle one more time, Mindy Kaling.
At first, you'd think the jokes might just get a chuckle. Nope, the executives didn't just laugh, they howled. Like actual belly laughing chaos. And then came the nodding. Serious nodding. Because every jab, every little frame that poked fun at a certain duchess turned brand queen, yes, Meghan Markle, no point sugarcoating it, hit way harder than expected. This wasn't some harmless dig, it was an all-out roast session, and Disney? They weren't hiding from it, oh no. Apparently the episode was initially pitched as a cute satire about a fictional duchess obsessed with her lifestyle brand. Sure, but then Meghan's actual brand started spiraling. Jam jokes, overpriced wine flops, you name it. And the writers? Oh, they went off. What was once playful became savage. We're talking animated jam jars melting in the sun, royal characters throwing tantrums over their privacy. It was clear who was being dragged, and when the episode ended, a senior Disney exec stood up and simply said, "Run it." Yep, run it. And just like that, the roast heard round Montecito was born.
Is this a wrinkle I see in my blouse? Who the f ironed this? I told you to iron this shirt 10 times. It looks like you only ironed it 9.
Any type of flower arranging is just telling a story. What story do you want to tell? Maybe leave the country. Maybe disown your dad. Be creative with it.
I want my home to feel welcoming. Do you feel welcome? Does my soundstage welcome you? Mindy and I are such great friends, like besties. Like I love her. Like she doesn't know my name, but we're best friends.
Guess what happened next? Word got to Meghan in hours. Her camp was blindsided. And not because they hadn't heard the rumors, but because they seriously thought Disney wouldn't dare. Like, hello, Disney? The company with royal movie ties and previous cozy Sussex dealings? No way, right? Wrong. Sources say Meghan was shocked. Not just that she was parodied, but that The Simpsons went for the jugular and Disney, they blessed it. The phones blew up. Legal teams dialed in by sunset. Social media managers were told to scrub every corner of the internet for leaks, but too late, way too late. Animation insiders were already spilling the tea. One anonymous source revealed the episode's title. Another dropped a bombshell. There's a scene where a certain duchess jams so hard, Lisa Simpson slaps her with a restraining order. Subject, absolutely not. This was a hurricane in cartoon form.
NBC has announced plans for a spin-off to the hit series Suits, which will be set in Los Angeles. It will focus on Meghan Markle's character's struggle to balance her legal career while also caring for an unemployed immigrant.
People were saying meh. It's not meh. It's pronounced me. The H is silent.
So Meghan's reps, they scrambled fast. A two-pronged emergency plan was put in motion, legal escalation and strategic silence. But let's be real, it all hinged on one desperate question. Could they stop the episode from airing? Because if not, that whole perfectly curated brand, the jam, the wine, the I'm just a simple duchess aesthetic, it could go down in flames. And then it got worse. By the next morning, the leaks weren't just trickling, it was a damn flood. Someone from the animation team were allegedly leaked the whole storyboard to a snarky entertainment site. And OMG, the screenshots? Iconic, brutal, unforgettable. There was a cartoon duchess clinging to a literal pyramid of raspberry jam jars screaming, "These are handcrafted by monks in Montecito. Stop!" Another frame, a fake ad for As If Wine, where the cork explodes like a champagne missile and drenches a robot version of Princess Diana. No, they didn't. Oh, yes, they did. Internet lost its mind. This wasn't just a parody, it was straight up savage satire. Homer even strolls past a royal-themed grocery aisle, muttering, $30 for jelly, I'll just chew a fruit snack and lie to myself. Everyone knew who that was aimed at. A label needed. Even Lisa couldn't help herself. She drops a line that reportedly made the production crew gasp. If you want privacy, maybe don't start a podcast called Mimi Meghan. The shade, Olympic level.
Turns out Prince Harry and Meghan Markle will still get paid millions of dollars for doing absolutely nothing.
If you came up with the picture of an annoying, insufferable white woman, it would be Meghan Markle, even though she's not white.
Meghan's team was ready to explode. They called the leaks defamatory and accused the show of targeted harassment wrapped in yellow animation. But girl, it was already spiraling. Every gossip blog, TikTok royal page, and YouTube reaction channel was going in, and none of it was cute. Insiders in Montecito said Meghan felt not just attacked, but betrayed. Because this wasn't some blink and you miss it one-liner. This was character assassination in Springfield yellow. The episode title, Royal Pain, started trending before lunch. Meme pages dubbed it the Jam Slam. Twitter exploded with frame-by-frame analysis like they were decoding ancient royal scrolls. And the raspberry jam gag, it became a whole marketing disaster. Someone even made a parody slogan. As ever, the spread that broke the crown. But want to know what reportedly pushed Meghan over the edge? A quick cutaway scene. Springfield Elementary holds a Montecito branding fair. Booths include privacy glasses, royal rose, and sad spare bears. Savage, cruel, and Disney standing firm. Unless Meghan pulled off something massive, this cartoon was going live, and the ghost of South Park's worldwide privacy tour loomed large. That one left marks. This one, it was tearing the whole image apart.
Meghan Markle has finally revealed why she and Prince Harry call each other M and H.
And he'll say M and you'll say H and your friends say M and it just is a thing.
It's a thing.
And do you both love it?
Yes, and I like nicknames a lot.
What could it be? A mystery for the ages.
Word on the royal grapevine, Meghan was livid, seething. The South Park roast months ago, she brushed it off publicly, called it lowbrow, but behind the scenes, let's just say the mood wasn't zen. No lawsuit came from that one, but it left a dent, a permanent one, in her carefully polished brand. Empowerment, elegance, grace, all of that chipped. And now, The Simpsons was coming for whatever was left. Because The Simpsons isn't just any cartoon, babe. It's a cultural force, a pop cultural bulldozer that has taken down everyone from US presidents to pop stars. And Meghan, she just made the list. This time, the parody wasn't subtle. It didn't hide behind vague hints or blurry satire. This was specific. Mean. Cutting. Insiders claimed the writers had been doing research for months, digging into Meghan's product launches, whispering to people who allegedly worked on her team. One character, Mara Margot, sound familiar? She had the same voice tone, the same camera-ready image, and in one scene, she's literally recording a podcast called My Truth and Other Inconveniences while snapping at the press. No questions, just praise or else sue. Yep, they went there and girl, it hit hard.
Why does Meghan Markle make her own pretzel bags? They don't know why.
That's interesting. She takes it from one bag and puts it in another bag.
There's another bag.
And that confuses people.
Now, while Meghan's team was unraveling faster than a $30 0-cent jam label in the sun, Disney execs, oh, they were thriving, literally basking in the chaos. Behind closed doors at Disney HQ, it was champagne and strategy meetings. And because here's the gag, every time the Duchess gets dragged into a public controversy, the ratings spike. Streaming numbers soar, late night hosts get content, social media melts down. It's like a scandal goldmine. Even Bob Iger himself didn't object. One insider said he just shrugged and went, "We've taken shots at presidents, we can handle a Duchess, period." Sure, legal gave the script a deep scrub, pulled a joke that referenced Meghan's real-life charities, but most of it, locked, loaded, savage. To Disney, this wasn't a fight, it was business. Business with viral potential. And the premiere? Suddenly a tentpole event. Promo slots were cleared, trailers were being planned. Honey, they were going big.
He thinks we're all animals and that she's helping us.
Yeah.
With jam and honey.
But not everyone at Disney was on board. Some mid-level creatives, a little uncomfortable. Meghan had opened up about mental health struggles, and some felt this episode might be crossing a line. But their concerns drowned out. One producer reportedly said the gloves are off, everyone's fair game now. Yikes. For Disney, this was more than satire. It was a declaration, and with Meghan's lawyers circling, things were about to escalate. Back in Montecito, the vibe went from concern to DEFCON 1. The jam memes were everywhere. The Rose backlash still stung. And now this? The press was relentless. One staffer reportedly said morale hadn't been this low in years. Another called it total chaos. Phones were ringing off the hook. Publicists clashed with lawyers. Social media managers were trying to salvage scheduled posts, but every single one was getting ratioed. A post about vegan chutney fluted with Simpsons jokes. One reply simply said, "Privacy, please. Unless you're buying my goo." Dead. And guess what? Meghan had just greenlit a major European rebrand campaign. It's now in the freezer. Retailers were backing away, influencers ghosting her. One major collab rumored to have quietly pulled the plug. Just too messy internally? Everyone was pointing fingers. Some blamed the team that rushed the Rose launch too close to Princess Diana's birthday. Bad optics. Others were blaming podcast execs for feeding Meghan's team fake confidence. But the one thing they all agreed on, this Simpsons episode might be the nail in the brand's coffin. Meghan? She was reportedly devastated. One friend said she cried after seeing a meme of her wearing a jam-lid crown. Another source said she felt trapped in a caricature. But the team had no choice. Pull back, go silent, let the internet burn itself out. Except that silence, it was louder than anything they could have posted. And
we'll just have to find a way to make £50 billion on our own.
Fans, they noticed. People started pointing out the hypocrisy. Meghan, who famously demanded her voice be heard, was now completely mute when mocked. Memes of royal mute buttons trended, commentary got harsher, but inside the war room, advisors begged her not to sue. One said, "Don't give them more material. Let it die." Friends from his military circle said he looked exhausted. Torn. On one hand, he wanted to defend Meghan. On the other, he knew the brand was burning. And behind the scenes, everyone whispered the same fear. If Meghan goes legal again, it might backfire.
You never had a dream when you were a child to be something everyone else said was impossible? Like an astronaut, or prime minister, or masseur?
I wanted to be a princess.
Oh, well, you kind of that up.
Let's talk about that South Park episode one more time because, yeah, it was a brutal roast. But here's the thing. It eventually faded. People moved on. This Simpsons episode, oh no. This one was louder. It was meaner, thickier. Literally. Jam jokes everywhere. And the worst part? It dropped right after Meghan's product launches were flopping. The timing? Chef's kiss for satirists. A nightmare for brand managers. Even Harry's advisors were reportedly like, dude, let it go. But Meghan? Nope. She wasn't letting anything go. Not the narrative, not the mockery, not the cartoons. And Palace insiders? They were shaking their heads in royal disbelief. One courtier allegedly dropped the shadiest line of all. They wanted to rewrite the fairy tale. Now they're the punchline. Ouch. But if you think Hollywood was laughing, think again. Because while Meghan's brand was being torched by yellow animation, Hollywood was starting to distance itself fast. Oh yes, the whisper campaign had begun. And guess whose name was getting whispered loudly? Meghan Markle. In industry backrooms where deals are born and reputations get crushed. Her name had become radioactive. And no, it wasn't just because of The Simpsons. It was because how fast things were falling apart around it. The ridicule, the media silence, the threat of a lawsuit against Disney? Seriously? One casting agent reportedly spilled the tea over lunch. She's not worth the call sheet stress. You heard that right. Apparently, this kind of convo was happening everywhere. Producers, nervous. A-listers, quietly ghosting projects tied to Meghan unless a major studio was backing it. Even talent agents, backing away. One assistant allegedly overheard a senior agent say, "There's no audience left that hasn't made up their mind." That's not a compliment in entertainment, it's a sentence. And get this, one major late-night show had filmed a segment poking light fun at Meghan's wine and jam line. And in the middle, US, the audience, eating it up because the jam had already spilled and the world was still licking its fingers. The second it was confirmed that the Simpsons episode would air unchanged, the culture machine went into overdrive. Twitter exploded. TikTok became a battlefield. Reddit threads multiplied like royal jam jars in the sun. And Disney? They didn't just sit back and enjoy the flames. No, babe, they fanned them. Marketing teams moved fast. Rumors swirled about limited edition merch based on the episode. And not just any merch. We're talking t-shirts, mugs, crowns made of jam lids, even wine glasses engraved with parody slogans like "As if royal preserves." It was kitschy, it was cruel, and it was selling out before it even officially dropped. This was pop culture obliteration. And here's a kicker. Even if Meghan reinvents herself again, goes quiet, goes philanthropic, goes full Diana too, the cartoon version of her will always live online. This cartoon version of her will always live online. That voice, that jam, that crown made of jelly jar lids forever. So now we ask, was Disney justified in airing the roast, or did The Simpsons go too far? Did Meghan deserve that level of mockery, or was she just another woman trying to build something real in a world that refuses to take powerful women seriously? Or was it simply karma, sweetened with raspberry? Drop your thoughts in the comments. This one's not going away anytime soon. And don't forget, like, subscribe, and stay tuned, because if you think this cartoon feud is over, oh babe, you won't believe what's coming next.